Good teams find a way to win, bad teams find ways to lose, and the Dolphins find a way to make it more painful every single time. For the fourth week this season, the Dolphins, in a one-score game, choke away their ability to win the game for the fourth time this season. Started with the Patriots, Tua throws a pick. Then we move on to the Bills. Tua throws a pick. Then we move on to the Jets. We get a win. Move on to the Panthers. Tua shits the bed. The defense shits the bed. And again, Tua shits the bed. And the defense absolutely shits the bed. Simple as that. The same story every single week, week in, week out. We look like the worst team in the league, like I said last week. I mean, you could point to Tua finally gave us the game-winning drive to come down and win the game. Yes, he did. He made great throws on that drive. Great play calling on that drive. But then, it doesn't matter when your special teams gives up a 40-yard return, and then in return, your soft-ass defense can't bring down the quarterback you should have drafted. You look at him like, damn, Tua would never be able to do that. And then they get into field goal range to easily win the game. It's the same old story from the Miami Dolphins. Same old story. Now the season is officially over. 1-5, it's over. Do not get any dreams, any hope, anything. It's over. When they win this next game against the Browns, do not believe. It's over. This window, over. Closed. Done. McDaniel should be over. Greer should have been over. Special teams coordinator should have been over. Defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver, over. It's all over. This team is beyond bad. It's beyond trash. It's putrid. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's the worst team I ever watched. I mean, they give you hope. They're up 13-9 going into the half. 13-9. And then they come out, defense shits the bed. Tua throws stupid picks. They come back. 2 straight touchdown drives. Defense gets stops. Then guess what? They shoot you in the heart again. Justin Herbert stands in there looking like the all-time quarterback that we need. The guy with a big arm. The guy that can stand tall and be strong and break tackles and absorb pressure, not just fold when getting sacked. Breaks a sack from Chop, from Jalen Phillips. Throws it to Ladd McConkey all the way down 70 yards, whatever he got. Touchdown, sets him up for a field goal, perfect. And our guy, answers with a pick with 9 seconds left. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because there's only 9 seconds left. So that pick didn't matter. Jalen Waddle, on the first drive of the game, like a goddamn goodwill worker, donating the football to the Chargers to start the game. That didn't help the situation. Then on that drive, like I said last week, the special teams coordinator should be fired because, again, special teams shit the bed in this game. They handed them 15 yards, even though he made the field goal. It doesn't matter. You still don't get these penalties. Handed them 15 yards on the Chargers' opening drive and a first down. What if they scored there? Would have been a whole nother story in this game. Then the special teams also sucks because they have Matthew Judon coming off the left side of my TV every time, and he is so slow. There's no way he's getting to any returner, and he didn't. And the damn kick returner ran right to that left side, or to that right side of the field, right to where he was, and he ended up for 40 yards, which ended up helping them get in the field goal range to end the game. Special teams coordinator should be fired. Tua cut. McDaniel fired. Weaver fired. Greer fired. Stephen Ross held the team relocated to North Dakota and called them the presidents. Team's putrid. Team is straight up putrid. It's terrible. It's literally the same thing I said last week. Rip up the notes, rip up the game recap, and just fire everybody. It's easier to talk about anyways. It doesn't make any sense. A-Chain had a good game, 2 touchdowns, 128 yards rushing. That was the greatest part of the game. A-Chain, another best part of the team. Waddle, he's been the number 1 option. He's getting number 1 option, looks number 1 option, stats. But he donated the football in the first drive of the game, which didn't help the situation at all. And he'll probably be hurt by next game anyways. Now let's talk about Tua. Let's talk about Tua's overall play. Made some good plays, had some good drives, and they also had shit drives and shit Tua mistakes and plays. 51.9 QBR. Didn't play good. He threw on third down. He threw a pick. He felt tight, felt queasy, and threw a pick. And that flipped the field and gave the Chargers better field goal range. Good field position. Also, the Riley Patterson missed field goal. Can't wait to get Jason Sanders back. He probably would have hit that. Flipped field position for the Chargers, and they ended up scoring also on that turnover on downs. Special teams matching the play of the defense and offense. Garbage. But Tua. There's just some throws that he makes, missing Darren Waller wide open, trying to throw to Jalen Waddle in double coverage, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And then there's some plays that he makes, that I'm like, stepping up in the pocket, finding Darren Waller in the corner of the end zone, then I'm like, damn, he's pretty good at that. Finding Jalen Waddle down the field for a bomb, damn, he's good at that. Then he forces to Jalen Waddle. Then he forces into tight coverage on third down, throws it behind the receiver for a pick. It's like on third downs in the pressure moments, even though he had a good drive to give us the lead with 46 seconds left. It's like, still, in the pressure moments in the third downs when the team needs him the most, he can't run. So defenses have to worry about a running quarterback like they have to do with every other quarterback. He just starts tensing up. His brain can't operate on third and long situations. It's impossible. I feel like he has an issue with his brain, which is not crazy to speculate on. It's not crazy to speculate that he has an issue with his brain on third down. It's like his brain can't process these moments. It's just constant. And, two of the interceptions you could point to as useless, like either not his fault or useless interceptions. But at the end of the game, at least still give him a shot to do some trigger-dicky-woo-woo stuff and attempt to win the game. Instead, you threw it literally right to the defense. Just like you did on third down. Forced it right to the defense. Like you did against the Patriots. Forced it right to the defense. Like you did against the Bills. Forced it right to the defense. Like the same thing every time. It's just terrible. Yes, he's good here and good there. He shows spurts. He's like every other quarterback. But his limitations outweigh his strengths. We have to run this weird offense because of him. We have to run this quick shit because of him. We have to put up with him not being able to hit people completely downfield. We have to live with him not being able to, like Justin Herbert did in this game, despite it being an incomplete pass, roll all the way out, evade defenders, and throw an absolute dot. A catchable ball towards the sideline. That was like 50, 60 yards downfield. Or like Justin Herbert did, breaking two players and not allowing the sack, standing up tall, making a play, extending the play, and giving his team a shot to win the game. We have to live with that. Tua's not going to be able to do this stuff. And it sucks because you shouldn't be able to live with that. We shouldn't accept this. Just because we paid the guy $50 million doesn't mean that he can't suck. And that's the problem with still having the GM here. Fire him already. So another GM has the balls and that won't look bad on his resume if he fires Tua or cuts Tua or does whatever with Tua, makes him retire, sits him in the corner and timeout. It doesn't matter. Get this whole regime and throw them in the garbage and force them all the way uptown, past Jacksonville, past Atlanta, force them all the way to Antarctica, where they can't ever come back to coach football or GM the Dolphins. Holy shit, this team sucks. And everything about it sucks. The way it's run, the food, the stadium, the seating we got 1972 club or whatever the hell you call it. There's probably about 3 people sitting in there, and those seats cost $30,000. Put some damn fans in there. Everything about this team sucks. Also another example of Tua's limitations. We run a nice little weird trick play where we hand it off to someone, and we throw it to Jalen Waddle on a screen on one side of the field, and then he throws it back to H on the other side of the field. The commentary pointed out, that play, like I just watched in the Chiefs game, usually goes back to the quarterback where he could throw the ball or run. But guess what? That play with Tua on the field would never be designed to go back to the quarterback for a throw or run. It's going to go to A-chain because Tua, if just in case those linebackers read that thing perfectly, gets cracked. He's done. That's what's good. That's just examples of the limitations that come with having this quarterback. He sucks. He's not completely terrible. He's not Josh Rosen terrible. You can never say that. There's winning seasons with him. But I'm telling you, if there's any other quarterback like Baker Mayfield out there, or Trevor Lawrence, would have these same winning seasons also, and probably be in a much better position right now than this 1-5 absolute dumpster fire of a team. Simple as that. Jalen Waddle had 95 yards, 6 receptions. Led the team in receiving yards. Just behind that is Julian Hill. Okay, Julian Hill. Then behind Julian Hill is Alec Ingold. As you can see, after that, it's Devon Achane, and after that is Malik Washington. And all the way, finally, after that, it's Darren Waller. Why didn't Darren Waller get more targets this game? We saw him in the game, I believe. What was it? We saw him early in the game get a catch, and didn't take all the way to the end of the game until he finally got a damn touchdown at the back of the end zone. Why don't we get Darren Waller more involved in the offense? I understand you're Jalen Waddle. I love beating it to Jalen Waddle. He's our best player. He's the most talented player in the offense besides Devon Achane. Why isn't Darren Waller, who's been great the last 2 weeks since he arrived and finally got on the field, the tallest player on our receiving roster, whatever you want to call it, not seeing more targets and more receptions and more yards and just more everything? Why? Why? Like, that would help. That would help instead of seeing Alec Ingold out there or something. Jesus. I mean, and then the defense. We already know what happened. Defense sucked. They're the ones who completely lost us the game. It's been asked for since the beginning of the season, since the Colts put up 33 on us, since we couldn't stop the Patriots, since we barely could. They played decent against the Bills. They barely could stop the Jets. The Jets had to stop themselves for the defense. They couldn't stop the Panthers, and they can't stop the Chargers, and they can't stop Kimani Vidal and Hassan Haskins running the ball. Not even Hassan Haskins. Who is Kimani Vidal? Never heard of that guy in my life. And he, just like Rico Dowdle, looked like a top 5 running back in the league. We just made him the waiver wire pickup of the week. Just like we did Rico Dowdle last week. This run defense is absolutely garbage. The one thing you could say about last year's team was the defense was actually decent towards the end of the season, unlike the offense when we had that backup quarterback bonanza going on. The defense was actually good. Well, now, guess what? You got your starting quarterback and you got your defense, and the defense sucks, and the starting quarterback sucks, the whole offense sucks, and the team sucks, and everything sucks. It's over. It's completely over. The season's over. The Dolphins are officially eliminated from the playoffs. Post the graphic right now. Thank you, fans, for having the season. Stephen Ross, tweet out your tweet saying Chris Greer and Michael Daniel will be here for the next season. We'll be waiting for another 5 years before they get fired. Because it's over. It's completely over. The Dolphins should just blow up the whole stadium, demolish it, and then relocate the team to Antarctica. Relocate the team as far north as possible. So I don't ever have to see this on my TV screen again. Simple as that. Dolphins lose 29-27 by choking the game away for the 4th time this season.